Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. This is the Demo Team Podcast. We're the only podcast that supports your addiction to Dance Gavin Dance. My name's Cash Spicer. Before I introduce everyone else, I want to apologize for something I did last week. I mislabeled our episode last week. It was part 2, not part 3. This is part 3. Or I guess it was 2 weeks ago.
Or Cash, is this part 2.5?
This part 2.5. You're right. It could be part 2.5. I guess we'll just call that the episode that. Anyways, I was like on 3 hours of sleep and just like dropped the ball on that shit. But let's
long-time listeners are looking for part 2 right now.
Yeah, I know. They're searching around. Maybe I'll make this like part 5 and confuse everyone.
Yeah. I can still feel this episode, bro.
What was it? I
think he's on like part 7 or 8 by now.
He changes the numbering, goes back between Roman numerals and letters and just all kinds of different things. He who shall not be spoken. So how you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing pretty good here today, Cash. I've got sunshine in the sky. It's not too hot. There's actually a breeze. I've been busy with the music and just writing a lot. But other than that, I'm pretty good. What about you, David? How you been?
Shoot, man, I've been vibing. Yeah, I've been trying to focus on music here more and there. Just between all the working and all that shit, music's a good outlet from all that. So I feel that.
What about you, Moses? Sorry, David, it's cut you off.
It's okay.
Yo, I'm doing all right. I'm here in Toronto, Canada, enjoying the
sunny
view
Canada
from my hotel. It actually rained today. But yeah, I'm here and I'm quarantined for 2 weeks because the law says that I have to.
What hotel are you in?
I'm at the DoubleTree in downtown Toronto. So
sounds fancy.
Yeah, come down and hang out and social distance with me.
Binge watch anime with Moses.
Dude, first thing after these 2 weeks are over, I'm gonna go to Niagara Falls for sure.
Oh,
do it. Go down in the barrel.
How you doing, Cash?
I'm all right. Had a pretty hectic week, but things are pretty good now. So, I guess we should hop on in to my favorite part of Mothership, the ending part of the end.
Whoa! Before we get into that, I thought we were gonna talk about something big that happened last weekend.
What? Something big?
Yeah. A little band called DGD, Dance Gavin Dance. They played a show on the internet. It was pretty awesome. I don't know.
Wait,
I think
they played a show on the internet?
They did. A little venue called the Internet. They live streamed it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the whole world could see it?
The whole world, and I think they actually made some pretty good numbers off of that stream.
Some bands.
Yeah, it was dope. I think me and David watched the whole thing, right?
Yeah, whole thing.
So what do you think, David?
Yeah, no, it was a nice little treat because with the way the world is right now, obviously you can't see a DGD concert like that, and shoot, of course, I'm sure most fans wish they could be in the pit, but this was next best thing, and I appreciate them doing this for us. It was pretty cheap, and I'm glad I could support the band. So, and I gotta say, man, like they performed wonderfully, dude. They they've been practicing. They did the reps. I'm sure some of them took it easy, but like. If you just go by vocal performance alone, like they brought it, John and Tillian and the whole band.
Everybody sounded great. The video and like audio production quality was, top tier.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. They played a pretty good set. They played like mostly singles off of Afterburner and like the hits that you would see, at a regular show. So I was kind of expecting to get like some more Afterburner songs, but they didn't, which is fine. Maybe they're planning on doing this again, and like they'll probably change the set list up, but who knows if that will happen again.
I know that.
Go ahead.
I mean, I didn't see the concert. I was busy driving around Texas at that point, and I didn't have any time this week to see it. But I've been on Twitter today, and Tillian did a poll for like the play, not like a whole poll, but he said what people would prefer for their next set list if they were to do a hypothetical online concert again. And I mean, the choices were like all of Afterburner, all of Mothership, or a fan vote, or Headstrong times 12. But like that was obviously a joke. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I think it'd be cool if they did Headstrong at some point. But so I think there might be a chance that they do the whole fan select the set list again, like they did last spring. So
nice.
I would really like to watch them cover Headstrong, but not only Headstrong. Like they'd have to throw in, is it Echo or Echoes by Trap?
Lost in a Portrait.
Maybe some Drowning Pool too.
Yeah, but I would say if they played Headstrong 12 times in a row, dude, like I don't think anybody would ever like sit down after that like standing ovation, Like that would just go on for all time.
It's like when Kanye and Jay-Z, Kanye's been in the news lately, and Jay-Z would go on tour together after Watch the Throne, and they'd play in Paris like 6 times in a row to end their concerts.
That's like 9 minutes of music.
So really a couple things about that live stream. I think David mentioned it's like $10. I think it was like 13 after service fees, and it really kind of paid for itself because, like anybody who paid for the concert and and watched it is gonna get a $10 coupon off of exclusive merch. So in a way, it kind of paid itself off. It's like, all right, well now your $30 shirt's only gonna cost $20. So
I mean that's the cheapest DGD concert I think you'll probably end up ever going to, except for me, because one time I got into a DGD concert for free, and that was awesome. But I don't think it's ever gonna happen again.
I'm sure you bought a ton of merch though.
What?
I'm sure you got it for free, but you bought all the merch.
Oh yeah, definitely. Bought lots of Dance Gavin Dance merch all over the years. All yeah, of course, definitely.
100%.
I've supported them with my streaming. I'll tell you that.
100, dude. Like it's always me.
But back on Headstrong, I think it'd be cool if they covered Headstrong 12 times in 12 different styles. That'd be awesome.
Oh, if they changed it up, that'd be pretty cool.
Let me get a reggae version of Headstrong.
Let's get a Spanish version of Headstrong.
Reggaeton, yeah.
Tillian's got it.
So, for the live stream, my highlight was watching them play Uneasy Hearts and having Andrew Wells sing that first verse because he knocked it out of the park. Definitely the highlight of the show for me.
Honestly, yeah, I gotta agree. I think that's like I think he's done that a couple times, I've heard, but that was the first time I ever heard it done like that, and he killed it.
Same.
Yeah, his like range, and it was like a nice take. It was like really smooth.
But they played Lemon Meringue Thai also, which was cool. Obviously Evaporate and Chucky. They played One in a Million, Prisoner,
Stroke God.
Yes, that was cool because like I wasn't expecting that one, and they played that. And it was dope. They played Strawberries Wake.
So they played 3 singles.
One thing that I did notice though, like I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing. I've only watched like clips and seen stuff that's shared on the Swamp posting, stuff like that. But one thing that definitely I feel like we should probably bring attention to is like the little interludes that they played between the songs.
Yeah, that was really cool.
They played interludes.
For those who are uninitiated, they take like a small fragment of the song and they kind of make it like a guessing game of like what's coming next and what's coming next.
Yep.
It's just it's really nice. It's just
Did they play the intro to Pussy Vultures? Is that what you're saying? They tease everyone with that?
Well, no. I mean, as cool as that would be, I don't think they did.
Because I remember when they did the AMA and they said, we might play the intro, but not all Pussy Vultures.
Oh, that's awful.
So the whole interlude thing, they did that on the So What Fest. I think I don't even know how many years ago it was. It could have been 2 or 3. I believe they did it when I saw them at Warped Tour also, but it kind of felt forced, and they definitely polished it up for this performance. They kind of flow better with the songs.
Yeah, I saw at Los Rages last year, and those things were prevalent throughout the interludes. Between songs.
And I believe they've, these, they've kind of been doing that intro and interlude thing, since Mothership came out, I believe. It's a nice little touch.
If they were to do a live stream again, what song from Afterburner would you want to hear? Like top one that they didn't play before? And name another non-Afterburner song.
Jesus.
I mean, if I had to pick one from Afterburner, I'd probably say, like, I'd love to hear Into the Sunset, but I think Parallels would probably be very interesting to see live.
I agree.
That'd be so fun.
But what will they play from Afterburner? I don't have the set list in front of me. I didn't see either.
They played all the singles except Lyric Fly, basically.
Oh, I'd probably take Lyric Fly, I think. Or actually, Nothing Shameful, probably. Well, or Into the Sunset. One of those three.
Man, Lyric Fly is my favorite too.
Really? And they didn't play Three Wishes also, but I'd either go with Parallels or Three Wishes.
That'd be fun. Personally, what was it? Oh no, so Parody Catharsis. That'd probably be one.
Man, I love that outro. Like I love that whole song, but that outro is just top tier. Like,
right? Yeah, we get to see Will do that cool little rap interlude thing. That's like one of my favorite parts, honestly. So yeah, an Afterburner song and another album. Shoot, that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
But
so there's 9 other albums.
Ooh, Turn Off the Lights Part 2. Screw it.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah. That or Man of the Year or just something they should have just another banger.
I don't know. Maybe Open Your Eyes, Look North.
Yeah, I don't want them to do something crazy like Skyhook or Powder to the People. Maybe Purple Rain.
Y'all just keep picking the ones I want to hear.
Yeah. Honestly, have they ever played Don't Tell Dave live before? Because I think that would just be like.
I mean,
they should just do it once.
Kurt, I doubt it.
They did with Kurt? All right.
Yeah.
I mean, they should just do it like once, just make sure it's a recorded concert and just get it out of everyone's system.
I mean, if I had to pick one from a different album, I'd probably say Turn Off the Lights and Watching Back to the Future, Part 1 or 2. 2 probably, but if I got one, I wouldn't complain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Johnny Shine's on that, honestly. Part 1.
I mean, there's a lot of things I would pick, but I don't want to pick the usual suspects for me, so I'll go with Don't Tell Dave because I'd be really if it was a live concert, like I was actually there, like I think that would be like a super fun ass song to like be in a pit for.
That's the thing though, Like they're basically doing a sound check. Like there's no audience to like party and like, oh, I hope you brought your friends, So it'd be great, but it's like the worst for that situation.
But I think it probably also works out in some ways too, because like it's. I mean, like I don't know, like are they gonna want to do the interludes like in a live setting, like a outside of a controlled setting or things like that? I mean, like I didn't see it, so I probably can't really speak on this at all. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a lot of stuff that they could do in a controlled setting that they might not be able to do outside of that in like a real venue, if they really wanted to.
I mean, they did the interludes, in like the actual venue.
Okay. But I mean, like, if they really wanted to be experimental and do crazy stuff, I feel like this would be the time to do it.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to the hopefully juicy ass new like DGD set lists with like a good combination of new singles from Afterburner and some good stuff from Tillian era.
Yeah, so Under Oath is doing the same thing, but they have like 3 shows lined up. Like, what is it? That album that starts with the D and The Sound of Separation, I think, is the other one. But like they're also doing my favorite, They're Only Chasing Safety. So I'm gonna watch that. I think it's $15, but they got a pretty good review on the first show that they did. Like, it was really good quality. So,
how long do you think before someone just puts on like a festival of like bands doing this?
I mean, there's been like live stream festivals, but definitely not. Well, I guess there was an EDM one that was pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like a little different, I think. Like
there hasn't been
festival.
one. There hasn't been one for the scene, but
yeah. I mean, like, I don't think there's been festivals.
Jumps on that.
But I don't think there's been like festivals for like actual band, like DJs. I feel like that's like a little easier to do. Because I mean, they did the one on Tidal, and I think Daft Punk was supposed to be on it, but then they didn't end up being on or something.
Well, there was a festival. There's been festivals for bands, but like I said, it's not bands in the scene. Yeah. But like there's been like a IG Live music festival called Social Distancing Fest, and that's like bands that are like way under the scene, like up and coming, like more punk rock bands that like basically like the local bands that we would see in high school type of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there is tons of content out there. You just got to look for it.
Truth. See, I say that all the time when I hear rock is dead or something like that. And it's like, bruh, this scene is pretty alive and well. Like
sort
Swancore.
Of. I mean, Swancore is, but like I'd say post-hardcore scene has its issues, but that's another conversation.
It's gonna come back though.
Yeah. I think
like If I Die First and Wrist Meets Razor. Gouge Away.
I think like after everything like goes or whatever, whenever the pandemic is done, I don't want to say go back to normal, but like when the pandemic is over, I think everyone's gonna rush out to concerts where you can mosh and shit like that at, because they're just gonna have all this pin up energy. So I could see things kind of blowing back up whenever this is over, but we'll see. Shall we move on to Mothership, or do anyone else have anything else to say?
Let's do it.
All right. Mothership. I love the tail end of this album. Like, I think the second half is really strong, in my personal opinion. I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but
I feel like this album has no weak moments, to be honest, except the beginning of what's that song? The Fringe Fest.
Flossy.
Yeah, Flossy.
Flossy.
If I had to give this whole album like a weak moment, that would be the only one, which I kind of chalk it up to just personal reference, because I do know that it's kind of fun and people love it, I don't know, just kind of not for me. But if it wasn't for that, like the album would be completely flawless.
I mean, I'm looking at the set list too, and it's like, dang, like
set list.
That's like the only song.
Track list.
Track list. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just thought it was. I didn't mean to shit on you. I just kind of thought it was funny. It sounds like we're doing a performance almost.
Yeah. My body. Okay, no.
Check.
Shit, where is it? Basically, yeah, this song, Flossy Dicky. Yeah, that intro is like a little, like it can be grating to some, or it's just like not like his best line, you know? Like I can see that.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk about Flossy Dicky.
Starting off on, because we're not here to talk about Flossy Dicky.
Yeah,
Betrayed by the Game.
Who wants to start?
I mean, I don't have a lot to say, but Betrayed by the Game, like, I don't know, we get like major breakup vibes like in this song. I really enjoy like that main riff that's played, you know, during the verses.
Yeah. It's a catchy riff.
Yeah, and I feel like when a DGD fan gets in a car accident, the first thing they think about is this song and like making a post about it.
Yeah, like I completely feel that. Honestly, like,
what's up?
One of my points is like, I kind of feel like after you get in a car accident, songs that talk about car accidents kind of make you feel some type of way. You know what I mean? It just kind of like it just, I don't know. It like reminds you of, but like not like in a bad way, but it's like it almost makes you feel embarrassed. I think that's at least my experience with it. I think.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been in like a crazy car. Like I've been in a, you know, like a little like fender bender, but nothing too crazy. Going back to the song, so the post-chorus and like bridge section, like instrumentally, it kind of reminds me of like that band M83. Like just very like atmospheric, especially if you're listening to the instrumental. And like Tim is doing like this really cool like tremolo picking, or maybe he has like a sustain pedal on his bass that's creating a vibrating effect. And I just really enjoy the contrast of like having this epic, dreamy instrumental part, and then having John kind of like scream over it. And like, you know, his lyrics are pretty like, I don't know, I really like the lyrics in that part, especially like, what does he say? I rain destruction in the fight of my inner feels. That has to be like one of my favorite lines from John. And like, I don't know, the song has like a really like beautiful outro too, like with like a bunch of vocal tracks just kind of, I don't know, like leading us to the end of the song. And that's pretty much all I have.
Speaking on that outro real quick, I just wanted to say, like, in the music video, like the outro being like a Muzak version, like, or it sounds like you're in an elevator and you get like the elevator version. I also love that a lot.
No, the outro is like a really awesome part of the song. Mm-hmm. One thing off the contrast thing is like I kind of feel like the whole song is kind of like a whole contrast. Like when, like a lot of it is, I think most of the song is Tillian singing rather than John screaming. But like in the verse parts, like I think Tillian, the way Tillian's singing like lined up with the guitar, like the guitar part's kind of weird, honestly. But while Tillian's sounding more poppy, and I think it makes for a really cool contrast there as well.
I feel that.
Yeah, I would like to know like kind of what was the inspiration behind that guitar riff. Like if there's like, I don't know, some kind of vibe or like that Will was trying to create or something like inspired it. Because I know sometimes like certain guitar riffs, like, oh, I want to play something that makes me think of like this, or like, I don't know, just something like, I wonder if there's a story behind it other than like, I made this cool sound.
Yeah, I always got the vibe that it's just like, oh yeah, look at this cool riff I can repeat. I don't know. Personally.
It's the Weedly gene.
I mean, I'm all for the idea that Will Swan is just like Stewart from Mad TV, and he's just like, look what I can do.
That's basically this band.
It almost sounds like he's trying to make his guitar cry type of thing. Like, I guess that's kind of what that like little riff reminds.
Yeah. It's like kind of weird to speculate on what Will's doing because he's like so like soft spoken too, and so it's like I don't know, doesn't feel like, you know what I mean? Like
his guitar definitely does. His guitar definitely does well though.
Yeah, it does, and it's like hard to really say where his mind is like in any moment because I don't know.
I mean, I think that kind of goes with it, dude. His guitar speaks for him.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. And I'm happy for that.
That's all. I'm all about it.
Does anyone have anything else to say about this song? Or
actually, yeah. So I can basically relate to the whole like, you know, I have a betrayed by the game story. And it's like I dead ass did crash my car, and then I right after that I was trying to call my girlfriend, but she was like busy or something like that. She was like, yeah, no, I can't call you after you got in a car crash. And then actually in that same night she dumped me. So like,
oh whoa,
that was the thing. Yeah, I was like, wow, thanks girlfriend, you're awesome. Yeah, so it's like I literally had to have a story that relates to the song. And to be honest, this track, like whenever it first came out, like I wasn't vibing with this. I was like, I just kind of thought like it sounded more mainstream, like especially like down to like that riff, like, you know, it's a cool riff and all, but like I don't know, just like with how they used it throughout the song, like I just got, you know, that was like kind of like my first impressions. But it's like, you know, I see it for what it is, and it's a cool song, but like, honestly, to be completely honest, it's probably one of my like least listened to on this album, but I begrudgingly am related to the song, like almost too close, you know.
Yeah. Honestly,
so that's awesome.
That kind of reminds me of my car crash story too. But it came out. My car crash was like before the song came out. But like I was trying to drive like across town to go see this girl, and so I was like rushing around. And I total a car. My dad picks me up, and he's like not speaking to me because he's pissed off at me, and like we're listening, and he just has the radio on, and like that Iconopop song is like on. It was like really big back then. The one that says I crashed my car to. Yeah, I don't care. And I think he was trying to like torture me with it almost whenever it came on.
He just had it on repeat.
Yeah, it almost felt like it. It was just like so popular. It was just like felt like it was just played multiple times. I was on that car ride back.
Right.
Yeah,
that shit sucked.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
What is this? Can you correct me if I'm wrong? But doesn't Andrew Wells play the guitar on this track? Like he helps play, I should say.
You know what? I don't have it in my notes, so I'm gonna say no. But
I'm looking at track info at genius.com, and it says it. Even though
I wouldn't trust it, but I don't know. It could be.
I trust you.
Hold on.
The music video is definitely it kind of goes. I feel like it goes with the song because it's definitely like a clash. Like there's this just contradictions everywhere. You got like dudes in a donut shop, but they're like acting like uncanny and like creepy and weird. And like the track itself, it sounds more like a more like upbeat like pop bubble number, but like the lyrics themselves are kind of just like distraught and full of like angst and wanting and just like heartbreak, it almost feels like. But and then you got John who's just being John, which is awesome, of course. But I find like it's a great it's one of the songs I really like. I enjoyed that they picked as a single.
So
are you talking about the
there's another Ryan, to go back to your question, like my reference point that I'm looking at only has Andrew Wells on Deception as far as guitar feature.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We could always do a Wikipedia search right here, right now, for the fans.
That's exactly.
Let's get a Wikipedia guy on it right
Wikipedia, now. But that's what I use.
My sources, Wikipedia.
My sources.
But I mean, shit. We already know Andrew kills it. So if he did have something to do with it, fucking praise you, man. But yeah. I think that's all I have to say about the track. If anybody else wants to add, I guess we can move on to
I mean, we could talk about how everyone loves this song and talks about it constantly on that certain Facebook page, but
Posting Swan, yeah.
Posting Swan, which I mean, I do like the song a lot.
It's one of their
I'm not hating on you for liking. I'm not hating on people for liking it, but like it is it talked about a lot on there.
Hey, it's.
I feel like it gets equal amount of hate and like I see a lot of people not liking it, but I think that's only because it was a single and it's not like a heavy, DGD song.
Yeah,
it definitely serves its purpose, and I really I dig it.
Yeah, no, it has a bunch of nice stuff like that. That chorus is really catchy and all that. Just for me, my inner music critic just feels like it's a single to draw in more new fans. That's just the vibe I get from it. Oh yeah, let's have that catchy riff to really draw them in. It's mainly Tillian. John's restricted to a couple verses. In the same section kind of deal. You got that. That chorus, it's about heartbreak and all that. I don't know, it just all those factors kind of just, and people were like, oh yeah, this is my favorite, this is the best DGD song or one of my favorites, and it's I just feel like they have way better songs.
Yeah, I think this song kind of follows a basic structure. You get your first verse, chorus, then it goes into the post-chorus that becomes the bridge.
And that can be okay.
I think it's good, and it makes for a great song that people can sing along to and really connect to.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
Especially those who crash their car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good single to get people in a DGD. Love it for that at least.
All right, but let's move on. Petting Zoo Justice.
Woo!
So this song does have a guitar feature, and it features, you guessed it, Martin Bianchini from Secret Band. Yeah. So you obviously get those Secret Band vibes. The song is super heavy, so we get an awesome delivery from John and a bunch of cool guitar parts. Tim has a really cool little bass line during the bridge when the song kind of slows down for a second and then kind of picks back up. I don't know, Ryan, what you got?
I feel like this song is definitely John Mess doing his best Dr. Seuss impression.
Yeah. If he wrote his own Dr. Seuss book.
Petting Zoo's Justice.
All these animals fighting and battling. It's just this is probably the closest we'll get to Dr. Seuss in a post-hardcore song.
Wow. I love that take. That's
honestly, he should make children's books. He is an artist and a lyric, and he writes about crazy shit. Yeah, he could be Dr. Seuss if he really felt like it.
You probably
should become the next Dr. Seuss. You heard it first.
Dude,
that's my take. I'm out. All right, I'm out, guys.
Demo team exclusive.
I feel like I got a meme coming for this. I'm gonna have to do it.
Oh,
all right.
The juices are flowing.
Sure, don't spoil it here though. Check it out on the.
It's okay. It'll probably come out before this episode comes out. All right, Petting Zoo Justice. Do you want to go, David, or should I go? Or do you have anything else to say, Ryan?
Yeah, if anything, I would love to talk about Petting Zoo. So,
do
John, dude, this dude comes in firing on all cylinders. I don't even fucking feel nobody. He's just fuck all of y'all. Like that's great. This man's he's unhinged. Like it's great. I love to see it. The good, yeah, like I said, you got Martin on it, adding that secret band. It's super heavy. If you like the heavy, screamy stuff, it's here. It's great. And then you got Tillian, man. Like, he gets this cool little, I don't know how you'd say it, but like it's more like jazzy, like it slows down. And it's paired with the bass. Like Tim puts down like a nice little number where it's like dun 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 dun. Like it's a nice little bass riff going on. It's a cool vibe. Shit, it's really dynamic. It's So I don't know. This song just has a lot of cool parts. And John just, more recently, John was like, oh yeah, I feel like a cartoon character, like in this weird ass world kind of thing. And I just. Ryan bringing up the Dr. Seuss thing, talking about animals and all this shit. Like, I feel like it really comes together. Yeah, like he really did this right, like his kind of Dr. Seuss story in this. And shark that cracked. Wait, no, it was the kangaroo that cracked his dick in half. Oh yeah, the shark that ate a fucking baby calf. See, like this shit's crazy. Like, I love it. Good song.
During the AMA, when they asked if like what literature inspired them, I think it'd be hilarious if John said Dr. Seuss. But anyways, I think I was kind of thinking about the placement of the song on the album, and I think you get Exposed and Betrayed by the Game for like before it, which are both pretty Tillian heavy songs. They feature Tillian a lot, and then I feel like this song is kind of there to give John his due. He gets his own song after he has pretty light parts in the songs before, and not even a part in Exposed. Other than that, I love the guitar parts. They're you definitely tell it's Martin Bianchini. Also the outro, love the outro.
Yes, Cash. I'm glad you mentioned that. But I just like that. I'm not trying to describe it, but like, obviously they're like chugging towards the
Sing
end.
it.
Like, no, I don't think I can go that high. But no, it's like it's the ending section where it's like dun 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 dun, and then that higher pitch sound comes in like to join it at the end. Like, I don't know, it just sounds super heavy. I love it.
Anything else to say?
They should play it in concert instead of Betrayed by the Game for the 10th or 20th time.
Instead of We Own the Night.
I mean, I like We Own the Night more than Betrayed. Yeah. So yeah.
Instead of
so that's my thoughts.
If I said instead of Carl Barker, would I be would I have to go into like Exile?
Yeah, Carl Barker over almost everything.
It's like the quintessential DGD song, bro.
I mean, I'd like.
Yes and no.
Actually, Carl Barker with Kurt. If it's Carl Barker with Tillian,
and it's like I can't even say it's overrated because it's just so good. But like,
it's good. It's
yeah.
But I don't know. It'd be cool to see this track. Like, it's a deep cut, so it'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
Live.
Dude, I love like everything about Carl Barker. Like it starts off, pretty crazy, and then it's just like really fun. And you get some awesome screaming from Will throughout the song. And then like the ending, it kind of hits you in your feels. And I actually think I brought it up in our interview with Properties of Nature that Will says like G's you, G's me, G's us. And I think that's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, even just performing that line is crazy. Like, I like how fast it is. But I know the saying about happiness, but like, I've never gotten that line. Like you'd always say we'd win the lottery someday, so I wouldn't have to go away. Like, what does that mean? Like, is he like, bro, I'm going to jail. I need you to bail me out. Like,
no, he's joining the army. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't put too much thought into lyrics.
Yeah.
Especially Kurt lyrics. Well, I shouldn't say especially, but.
Oh wow! So
I don't put any thought into any of these lyrics.
Oh my goodness, it's
I love the lyrics, but yeah, I think people try to put way too much thought into them. But back to petting zoo justice. Are we done with that?
I think so. Unless
I believe so.
All right. We're going to get to, I believe, my second favorite song. I hope I put it in my top 3 because sometimes I feel like I just pull those out of my ass on those episodes. But
you know what? I don't think you did. I don't think any of us did, and I really wanted.
I thought I did.
It was so hard for me to pick a top 3.
If I didn't, I think I just forgot about it. But this is definitely one of my tops, one for sure.
It's so good.
Chocolate Jackalope, that is.
Yeah. This track was a little
slept
on. It was a little slept on for me, but now there's a lot of good stuff in this song.
Dude, it's so great.
Yeah.
So this song actually also features Martin, which is kind of funny because usually the songs that feature him are, super heavy, or you get something like Midnight Crusade where it's super fast and almost kind of feels punk rock.
Yo,
this song is poppy, so you can tell that he has a knack for being as versatile as Will is. The whole song's a fun little vibe. And Cash, you mentioned you like the placement of Petting Zoo Justice. Well, I really like the placement of this song because when you're starting from Exposed and Betrayed by the Game, you kind of get in your your feelings, because one's kind of a ballad, the other one's kind of almost like a breakup song, and then you go into Petting Zoo Justice, which is super heavy. So this song is kind of a little pick me up before the album ends. It has a great chorus. It's super catchy. It's fun to watch them perform this live, and during the bridge, Will gives us that little Hotline Bling parody, which is
that's
a highlight, yeah.
And then right after that, once John starts screaming, Will continues doing almost like rap style ad libs, he's what? So I thought that was kind of funny.
You know what's funny about the Drake reference though?
Yeah.
It's Hotline Bling feels like that came out decades ago almost, and then this song it feels came out I don't know 2 years ago. It's just so it's kind of weird, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The difference in way time flows.
Yeah. That whole little section, what's up?
Hotline Bling.
What about it?
That track didn't come out 5 or 6 years ago.
I mean, yeah, I think they came out at the same time, but it feels like a Drake song. It feels like it came out a long. They always feel like they came out a long time ago.
I think it came out a little before, because the reason they did it was to poking fun at it, because it's all that they would hear on the radio at the time. So,
which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's this song doesn't feel nearly as old as Hotline Bling does, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Even though they came out they both came out 5-6 years ago. So.
Yeah. So I feel like that whole part really comes together right after that part where Tillian's singing, but there's almost crew backing vocals, be kind of behind him and supporting what he's saying. Yeah, that's probably my favorite part of the song where he says I'm just trying to be in my zone, I want to be in control, no time for you. And the guitars on this song are epic. I don't know, it seems like they're quite the finger workout. They're just kind of tapping away. Obviously the drums are great.
I was gonna say the guitars on the last 2 songs, they remind me a lot of Eddie Van Halen, honestly.
Yeah, they kind of do have that feel.
It's that Martin vibe, I guess.
That soaring high end, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, based on that riff, leading up to the release of this album, the opening riff, or just that riff in general, because it's throughout the song, but the opening riff, Will Swan calls that his Einstein riff, which I guess is his way of saying it's just very mathy or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But it's definitely some of the more impressive. I mean, he got tweets about it. He was all boasting about this riff for a long time before Mothership even dropped. So
it's a great riff.
Definitely, 100%.
Probably like the last thing that I have to add is in the chorus. You know, when Tillian is singing the "My Body Rolls," like we get double pedal again, which is kind of like a theme in this album. Like they used double pedal really well, especially to like build and make kind of like these like big choruses, or like have a certain part of like each song just kind of really stand out and give it like a big moment. And that's all that I have to say. Who wants to go next?
I like the theme thing you brought up. What was it? So you said from exposed and betrayed by the game, you know, that's like more Tillian heavy. And it's like, you know, you have all your secrets exposed. You get in a car crash, you get dumped, sounds like, and like me. And then you don't even fucking feel nobody, man. You're down on your luck, man. But then Chocolate Jackalope, man, I don't know. It sounds like they went to a party and like my body rolls, man. They're just getting lit. They're trying to drink away all their troubles. And then the end of the album, you know, changes. But yeah, I never noticed that. But like the theme, you know, kind of building and progressing. Like I
can see it as a party song for sure. Actually, that's a really good point. I kind of feel that.
Yeah, I always got that vibe with that intro. Or what was it? Yeah, the intro. Like, it's really fun and bouncy.
It's a great feel-good song, and I wonder if he wrote that part of the chorus for him to body roll too. Like when he goes, "My body rolls," like he's just kind of like looking in the mirror and dancing, like, yeah,
practicing.
All right, my body rolls.
That'd be hard though, like body roll holding that.
We got a shirtless picture of Tillian this week, and it looks like he's definitely been doing them body rolls for sure.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
The question is, once you roll, can you like, can he stop, or do you just like always like captivated by the constant rolling?
A body in motion stays in motion.
I mean, yeah.
Speaking of Einstein riffs, and that's Newton, but.
Yeah, I would say that John Mess is a better dancer. I really enjoy his moves.
Facts.
Wow.
Dude,
how about those Johnny Craig dances?
No, those. I'm trying to think of who's worse, Johnny Craig or Kurt. Because Kurt had some really bad, like early 2000 like emo lead singer like moves.
John just does Macarena.
The broken arm.
Johnny grows up.
John does a lot. Yeah. Like, does like a wave, like during the My Body Rolls, he kind of does like a wave motion with his arms.
Bye.
John Mess is kind of the king of being stationary while his vocals like scream like a buzzsaw inside of a jet engine.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think he has to.
Yeah, yes and no. Every time that I've seen him, like he wasn't completely stationary. Like he'll have his moments where he's like engaging with the crowd or vibing off of the crowd. Which, like, going back to the live stream, he didn't have anybody to vibe off of, so he it kind of seemed like awkward, and he really was stationary, and like a lot of people were commenting on it, but he sounded amazing though. So.
I mean, I've seen him a bunch of times. He's always stationary, or he walks a little bit, but his arms are always doing something. But
it's almost like interpretive.
He's moving his mouth so fast. He's doing his vocals so fast. It's kind of okay. I mean, some bands like the Human Abstract, Dillinger, there's like bands that just don't, you know, they're more interested in like making sure their craft is perfect and they're giving it to you just like it is on the album, and that's completely fine. 100% I get behind that, because if it was a situation where he wasn't moving around live and he sucked live, then it's like, okay, bro, you need to like fucking put some eggs in one basket. But it's not the case with John Mess. John Mess is seriously sound-wise, he's one of the strongest like vocalists. He always sounds pitch perfect like he does on the record.
especially this live performance.
And there's definitely those bands who don't move at all, and don't really do anything that complex either, and that's annoying. But back on the song, one thing I've been kind of noticing is I feel like Will, like throughout his raps, how many raps has he done so far? Like, has he done 3 or 4 or more than that?
So raps? I don't know, like 1 in Happiness, a couple in DBM.
He did 1 on, or he did 4. He did Power to the People, Spooks.
Yep.
This one.
Ghost of Sex.
Does that count?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I had to think about that one. I forgot about that.
That's the part at the end.
Elder Goose. He
really?
He has a couple in DBM too, and
I mean, I'm mainly just thinking of Spooks, but I guess you're right though. He does have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And he has the one in. He kind of has one previously Poncheesy too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So he has a lot of them, but I guess I kind of feel like you can kind of tell like he kind of goes between like a lot of different genres of raps when he raps though. Like this one is more like a auto-tune like kind of trap verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
you know what?
Let me trying to think what were the other examples I had, but like I feel like one of them sounded more classic. I don't remember which one. Sounded like more like a classic rap one, and then there's, I mean,
Eagle vs. Crows kind of sounds like up until Into the Sunset. I would say Eagle vs. Crows is like his best rap verse.
But I guess my point is like he's kind of like he's very versatile, like
in his rapping.
In his rapping, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tillian fucking kills this song. And then I love just the ending of the song, like how it gets so funky and like how poppy it is. It just I think that's the best part of the song. I like the hard stuff at the beginning, but like I think it just like vibes so well at the end. And then the other thing is like I've kind of complained before about like their abrupt endings because they don't feel that conclusive, which is like fine because I think that's an effect. But I mean, they kind of have an abrupt ending on this one. But like it feels like conclusive, like the whole thought is there, and so like I do like the song a lot. So
what is it? I would just say that I always find that line funny, like "Don't be gross and I'll be good to you." Like, I mean, sometimes you have to say that. No, I actually feel that, Tillian. Nah.
Real talk.
There's some situations. There was something else I was remembering, but y'all kind of went on. What was it? I'm mad. I forgot it. God damn it, yo.
Dead silence. What's up?
I'm sorry.
Ryan, say something.
Yeah, while you think of it, Ryan, what do you think about the song? Did you go
Ryan on the spot?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody mentioned the fact that he loves his little kitty.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too, but I totally forgot.
I mean, I am a big fan of cats, and John Mess has won my heart over being a very advent fan of cats, and just the fact that he pulled a full Freddie Mercury and totally like fit us like his love for his cat into a song is like totally admirable.
Absolutely.
And if you've never heard that Queen song about his cat, you should totally check out that Queen song about his cat.
Oh, I remember. I don't remember the song at all, but I remember like hearing, like listening to it before. But
like one of their later albums. I think it was like on their last before Homeboy passed. But I will say, yeah, I mean, it's a great song. It's probably one of the strongest introduction guitar riffs that we can probably get out of Dance Gavin Dance. I mean, the thing's just like strong enough to stand on its own. That's why it just like leads us in. It's a really good song. I gotta admire that Tillian's able to turn a whole chorus just based on like his body rolling. I mean, that's pretty admirable in itself. But other than that, I haven't had much to say about that. I mean, lyrically, it's great. Sonically, like the sound, like just the whole wall of sound is pitch perfect on this one. Like everything pops, like everything's in its right place. It's definitely one of the top songs on the album. It would be in my top 3. I want it to be in my top 3, but the top 3 that I have, they're locked because it's just this album is just full of bangers, in my opinion.
Hell yeah, Ryan. But 14 shapes and you pick the giant square. What is that? Like,
I mean,
anybody?
It's lyrics. Why are you gonna try to make sense of his lyrics?
I gotta, man. I gotta.
Dude,
it's not the smartest thing, but
it's like going down a rabbit hole full of LSD and ecstasy, dude. You're just gonna come out.
Oh yeah.
And
speaking of that new music video.
That shit was good.
Real quick though, I actually remembered that point.
All right.
So yeah,
you don't have to go to a sponsor break yet. Go for it, David.
Oh. No, so you're already talking about like all the different raps in DBM too, and it's like, wow, yeah, there's a bit more than you remember, but it's like, if anything, I felt like Blue Dream should have had a rap verse, like like after the chorus, like they have that little freak out with John. And like if anything, I could totally see Will like breaking out into a rap verse like after the chorus, like, and with how like funky and R&B, like I don't know, I just felt like that would have been like a really good track to lay down some more rap vocals on it, or some R&B shit, especially
Moses.
like.
Yeah.
Has anyone sampled Blue Dream?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I feel like cool. Yeah, that would be it right there.
I know there's like the reversed Nightcore version of it where like Johnny has a deeper voice. Like yeah, it's down, it's deeper and everything.
Blue Cream.
Special Blue Cream.
Oh yeah, where it's supposed to sound like
Barry White.
Barry White, yeah.
Oh yeah,
that shit's dope. I like that.
Barry White
on
the playlist this week.
Dude, let's do it.
Dude, honestly, shit.
Like on Eagles versus Crow, you hear Will talking about like light up some blow on your titties and blow the rest in your face, and I'm like, bro, what if Will just busted out some like fucking like hookers and doing coke? Like I don't know, I can just see that on this one. Like I can see it, man. This needed more coke and hookers, man. That's what this song needed.
All right.
But yeah. But that's my.
They're gonna play the Sunset Strip soon.
David, this week you are totally on, like, you're going to get us a parental advisory sticker, man. You got foul mouth this week.
Oh, yeah. Jeez. Hey, it's from the band, man.
Are we done with Chocolate Jackalope?
I would say so.
Jackalope, very Texas thing.
We're wrapping up the album now, right?
Oh, one sec. Do they talk about jackalopes in other states? Like a thing, because they talk about jackalopes a lot in Texas. I think it's just a Texas thing.
Dude, I think I saw a jackalope once in Texas when I was in Texas, or I saw something and it was really weird. It looked like.
There is a.
What's up?
Oh, what? So there's a bar in Austin where they have like a jackalope like statue you can climb on, but I don't know.
No, it definitely wasn't a jackalope, what I saw, but it was like a donkey with antlers, and it creeped me out.
A reindeer.
Was it a reindeer? I don't know.
Have you ever seen a reindeer? They kind of look like horses with antlers, or donkeys, but that's neither here nor there. That's a conversation for Petting Zoo Justice.
Right.
Man of the Year.
Dude, so we get back-to-back-to-back guitar features from Martin. Is that pretty crazy? Nobody else has done 3 like guitar features in a row on a Dance Gavin Dance album.
Except for Will.
Obviously.
Oh man, this is
Zach Garrett.
What's up?
So you were like, oh yeah, it's like usually you hear Martin on heavy songs, but surprised he's actually on this other track that's a bit softer.
Dude, this one's pretty heavy. Like, I think
it's all over the place.
Yeah. So this is like a beast of a song, and there's really a lot to take in from it. Like, it starts off with that very gloomy intro, and it just like really takes off from there. Like, I dig how in the intro the lyrics kind of paint this metaphor that being on tour is like the Odyssey or some kind of journey from Greek mythology. It compares like temptation from other women to like a siren song, like sirens from Greek mythology. Like they create this beautiful music, and you almost get hypnotized by it, but then like they end up wrecking your ship, and like you die. Yeah, I like really enjoy the lyrics in this song. The bass line in the intro like almost sounds like really creepy. Like that plus the guitar riff like really help create that scene in the intro that Tillian is kind of singing about. Both John and Tillian just really put their all into this song. We get some awesome lows from John, and Matt, just kills it once again on drums.
Agreed, man. Like especially the lead guitar, like that's kind of assisting Tillian. It really adds to the mood, especially, and I think it sounds really pretty when it just starts going da na 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 na. Like, it was a nice transition. But yeah, no, the intro is really cool. It's really different too. It's really, it's I guess, I don't know, what would you call it? It's definitely soft. It's really soft, and it's kind of, it's like a starter to like, what we'd get in like Strawberries Week, that kind of vibe.
Kind of. It almost sounds like a soundtrack, like something you would hear at the beginning or a sad part of a movie, like a movie about like a Odyssey or something, like people on a ship, like waves crashing type of thing, or like some kind of Game of Thrones vibe type of thing. And like his lyrics kind of like help create that picture. Like, Ryan, what do you think?
I definitely I appreciate the wordplay, like with the siren songs and stuff, like the Iliad, Odyssey kind of reference about the sirens that lure, sailors from their ships. It kind of goes with the whole relationship thing. I think the song's moral message is being faithful and the consequences of what happens when you're not. Because the beginning, it sounds like this is what he's heard. He's had these words spoken to him. He's had someone's heartbreak weigh this heavy on his soul. And it's like, it's one of the few instances, because even in the end, like John Mess makes reference to like sucking sludge through a straw, I need you. Like maybe it's like the cost and the consequences of his actions has caused him to turn to drugs. Or maybe it isn't even about relationships. Maybe it's a problem with like dealing with drugs, the siren song of drugs, like addiction. There's lots of moral weight to this song with its lyrical content. I enjoy it so much because it feels like a story, story time with Dance Gavin Dance. And while it's probably not as random and nonsensical as the Odyssey, Iliad, I feel it's probably one of the strongest. Like, if a song stands on its own, it's probably one of the strongest songs lyrically from both men. Instrumentally, I feel like it's very grandiose. It's very epic. It goes from one end of the spectrum, very soft, very gentle, to this epic and climactic, just like wave that crashes over you, where the whole song just crescendos to a point, and it's great. It's a wonderful, wonderful, excellent way to end the album, and like Mothership deserves nothing less than something this epic to end it. You know what I mean?
What if during the AMA they asked him what literature they inspired them? They said only the Greek classics.
That'd be funny, because they said no literature.
Not like some fucking Bukowski or something.
Yeah, which is funny, because doesn't Tillian like mention reading like Faulkner and Rand in lyrics lie? But I guess that kind of goes with the fact that sometimes lyrics lie.
Yeah. I mean, I think he was like saying Rand and Faulkner is like a diss to people who do read that stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was. I think that was kind of the point. But wasn't there like another author too?
Maybe I mean, they reference stuff, but I just don't think that they like sharing.
They're like, you're You're so cool because you studied abroad or some shit like that is the vibe that song is trying to, or sarcastic vibe is what it's trying to give off. Yeah.
True, because they sing about like being born in a silver spoon and all this stuff.
Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, going to Kyrgyzstan. Like who the fuck would go there? Shout out to all our listeners in Kyrgyzstan.
You don't have any listeners in Kyrgyzstan.
Shout out to
maybe when you go, don't go to Kyrgyzstan, I guess.
What? Don't tell people not to go to Kyrgyzstan. I mean, I don't know. I think Kyrgyzstan. I don't know. I don't know. There's what
if it's anything like
Kazakhstan. I mean, the one I know that you don't want to go to is Turkmenistan because it's like a real brutal dictatorship. But like I don't know about the other ones. But I guess we should get back to Man of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you want to go veer more into socio-political topics.
Wait, which song's better? Man of the Year by Dance Gavin Dance or Man of the Year by Schoolboy Q? I'm gonna go with Schoolboy Q, by the way.
Yeah, I might just go.
Deadass, really?
What about Man of the Year, the Robin Williams movie? Definitely worse than both of those songs. Than both of these.
Schoolboy Q. Yeah, Schoolboy Q Man of the Year is dope.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Robin Williams movie, Man of the Year, which
never seen it.
Wasn't that great. It's like basically if Bill Maher ran for president or something, but it was kind of crappy. But yeah, Man of the Year. So like this song for me, it's kind of interesting because like I don't really think about the whole song. I think about like parts of it that like I really like John's breakdown in it. Like, damn, that might be my favorite breakdown John's ever done. Like Tillian's really strong in parts. Siren part. The back and forth towards the end is great, and I like it when the chorus gets really fast. That's probably my favorite part of the song.
Great part.
I guess.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what part you meant. But that's great.
Yeah, I was not really that into this song till like I think we did it. Till like I was listening to it for this episode. I'll be honest. And now I'm.
Goodness, really?
Yeah, I've definitely come around to it. Like I liked it before, but like I've come around to it more since I've looked into it more, grown a greater appreciation for it, which I know it's definitely a favorite amongst the posters.
For sure. I've always said it's like some top tier DGD, honestly.
It's really a great song, beginning to end. Just strong, solid song all the way through.
For me,
For a ride.
And like I appreciate
on a boat through the Mediterranean.
On a boat ride.
From Troy back to I don't know, what is he, from Sparta or something?
There should be like a theme park ride. Like kind of like a Pirates of the Caribbean in Disneyland, but it should have Man of the Year like playing in the background, and you're on a boat.
The Odyssey.
It just takes you from Ithaca to all the way to Troy, then to that one island with the Cyclops named Nobody.
And they turned everyone into pigs and whatever, and his wife left him, and then
your dog dies.
But then he kills his wife's new husband, and then they get back together or whatever. We should start a theme park and make an Odyssey ride, and then immediately get a cease and desist from Disney.
Well, no, it should be like animated by the dude who did like the animated videos. Like, his name's slipping my mind, but that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Where it's like the robot with human hair in the Odyssey.
This episode's gonna make us sound so well read.
Poised and not too self-aware. But no,
David, can I just say something?
Hi.
Sometimes you like quote like Dance Gavin Dance lyrics, and you sound like you're just quoting, like you're that person who quotes poetry.
I'm the philosopher king. I recognize. But no, so Man of the Year, like I really appreciate it for like its lyrics, like Tillian being more like more vulnerable, more emotional, and like, obviously more angry and spiteful and, all this shit. Like if you prove to be a coward, like, feel the, what is it? Fuck. He's basically, feel the wrath of higher powers. Like, it's all like edgy, and it's like, you feel that. It's like, yeah, if you cheat on me, like, despite everything we've been through, like, fuck you to like the 9th degree. Like, and yeah, obviously, we all form like our relationships, and like, I'm sure, we can all like, feel that at some portion, just like, if you were to be betrayed somehow, and just, that aggression and that raw emotion and aggression just really comes out, like, and you lose, it's great because you lose that Poppy persona, and he's just like going at it. He's like all gritty and aggressive and basically screaming all over this track. And, obviously John just knocks it out of the park with his breakdown. Everybody knows that awesome low, but I'm curious about John's lyrics. Like, he, Tillian's obviously talking about like a, betrayed relationship, but John seems to be like, he wants to be subservient to somebody or something. I've always been really curious about that. What's y'all's take on that? And John's lyrics. How? Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, even in that breakdown, like, say I'm worth it. I'm your person, so well versed in. I'll immerse in you. Like,
I think he's kind of it kind of goes on with what Tillian's kind of singing about, even if it's not like directly like. Like, it's still kind of in the same theme of the song, which a lot of the times you don't even get that from Dance Gavin Dance. It's like, two people singing two different songs. So when they kind of come together on like, a certain theme, it kind of creates like, something special, something we're kind of not used to seeing.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just saying, like, it feels like two sides of a coin, like, I'm talking about relationships.
The most important part is when he says, "You can never ever diss on this dick." Like,
see, I don't know, like, there's like different lyrics you can like interpret it from that, like, or like other lyrics I've read, it was like, "You can't even write this shit" or something like that. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know, man. But I don't know. He says stuff I like. Like, when he said writhe, I felt that shit, man. Like, I just appreciate when, John does like the stereotypical like screamer thing where like he just comes in like or fade, like, just like, I don't know.
Yeah, you really don't hear that a lot from him. Just kind of elongate a word on a really heavy part.
You want to eat, you gotta eat right, dude. Honestly, that's like my favorite time he does, like my favorite line he does that on. You gotta eat right. It's just great.
Man, did we just finish the album off, or does anybody have anything to add about Man of the Year?
I think the song, it speaks for itself more than we could ever.
Yeah.
Man of the Year. More like podcast of the year.
Oh. So what it took us to do in one episode that lasted like 3 hours, it took us like a month and a half between 3 episodes for Mothership.
Yeah, has been a month and a half.
I'm all about it, bro. I'm all about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, we had a couple of interviews in between, right? Like almost in between each.
Yeah, between I think like 2 or 1, at least 1 to 2 interviews between each episode.
For sure, yeah.
But we did it, guys. We did it. We got through another album.
Woo!
So you know what that means?
Party.
Instant gratification. I'm looking forward to talking about that. Is that really
your former second favorite?
Yeah, that was that was maybe my former second, sometimes first album. Like, it just really made me fall in love with the band again. And it was that album that really made me appreciate Tillian.
I want to get to acceptance speech.
I want to get
Love that shit. Love that
Absolutely.
shit.
But no, since you brought up Instant Gratification, it's the next album. I gotta say, like, literally like 5 years ago, I like found Death of a Strawberry. Like, it was like mid-July sometime. I don't know, but like dead ass 5 years ago, I became a DGD fan, y'all.
So it's your anniversary?
It's crazy. Yeah, about that time, dude. It's crazy.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real quick. Like, how old are y'all for DGD?
Like,
I'm
how long?
5.
Honestly, I might be 10 this year. Now that I think about it, the very earliest I'm 10. But maybe I might be 9. I don't know.
I'm either 15. I'm either 15 or 14. I'm like a year. Like I got into them like a year after they started.
Oh,
yeah, I'm around 15, 16.
He was lucky, he liked them before they even were a band. He saw them live once, and he's like, "Wow, they're awful. I'm a fan now."
Yeah, pretty much. It takes a special amount of clout to be able to hear them before like Visceral came out, whether I liked them or not when I saw them.
Oh yeah, there's that one like demo song, like that's even
on
before
YouTube?
like Visceral. Yeah.
There's a few of them actually, but I don't think very many of them are that great either.
Yeah,
I'll be
it's
honest.
it's definitely not even like Visceral good. Like, it was definitely an early track.
Visceral good.
It was rougher. I mean, it was a rough DB.
You don't have your Wizero goggles on?
Like, what was I listening to at the time? Like, I was really into, like, Taking Back Sunday and, like, I don't know, Thursday, Under Oath. So, like, I liked some heavy stuff, but not too much. But, like, what really turned me off when I first heard them was Johnny singing. Like, it just sounded, like, so misplaced, and like he was kind of mumbling. He had a couple shining moments. But like I said, after I heard Times New Roman, I couldn't believe it was the same band, same singer. Like, he really polished, his abilities.
Dude, that chorus will change a lot of minds.
Yeah.
I wonder what I liked when I was, was that 2006? When I was 10 years old.
Yeah, 2006, 2005. Maybe even 04. I don't know.
Jesus.
Nah, it can't be 04.
David, how old are you in 04?
2.
Like 5.
That's so weird.
Hey, David, were you born in this millennium?
Nah, I'm born in 1999. February. Aha. I'm still 90s baby. I'm in the club.
You got most of the year too.
Guys.
I'm an 80s baby. You're like 11 years younger than me.
Honestly, the late 90s, what I remember, like 98, 99, that was really fun. Like, really awesome cartoons. And
it was a good year for anime.
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember the cartoons being really good, and that's it. That's all I worried about.
Facts. Nostalgia.
Yeah. Speaking of nostalgia, should we talk about this whole Amarionette album right now?
Let's do it, dude.
Let's do it. Buddies. All right, let's dive deep though, because I think they deserve it.
Yeah.
They're cool as fuck.
Well, our second guest to ever come on the podcast, our buddies now in Amarionette, they released, what is the name of the album? Something, Sunset on Our Generation, maybe? I'm totally butchering the name. But it is awesome. Shout out to Nick, because he sent it, like, he offered to send it to us a while back, and I totally forgot. But, like, I think a couple of days before the album came out, like the week, like earlier that week, I like hit him up, and he sent it to us, so we got to like listen to it in full before it even came out. And I know that they're super stoked on it. They're really proud of it, and rightfully so. Like, it's such a great album. He asked me if I thought it sounded different, like anything that they've done, and yeah, for sure. Like they really kind of took it up. I don't know, took it to another level. There was one song off of like the last EP or album that they put out, and I can't remember the name of it right now. Shoot. Well, it wasn't. Was it Baddest? I don't know. Sorry. Let me look it up. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'm just drawing a blank. But it's really awesome. Like they really, like I said, they really improved their sound, and they made a album that's great from beginning to start. Like each song is a banger. Like it's kind of, like hard to pick favorites, but if I have to pick a top three, it would be Throwing Rocks, which features Andres on it, Forget About Sad Dre, and Luminescent Nights, which is the last song on the album. Yeah, it's great, and there's other songs that are like worthy of mention, like Screaming is Serious Business, that features Joey Holiday from Anamoria. They have a song called Poison, but yeah, like I don't know, the album's great. They have a lot of almost kind of like Michael Jackson vibes, and like yeah, they just totally knock this album out of the park. Shout out to their bass player Ron, because he kills it on bass. What do you guys think?
I think the album starts off amazing. Like Sunset on This Generation starts off with the title track. It starts off really, really strong. Throughout the album, I really enjoy that they blend like their newer sound that they attained on their previous album, but they blend it with their older sound. And it just comes off very mature, very robust, and like I was expecting it to be a little more like lighter, but like upon listening to the whole thing, it still has some of that hard edge to it,
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally I vibe with it. Just like Moses was saying, like Screaming is Serious Business Part 3 with Joey Holiday. That's probably hands down like my favorite so far. It's either between that or the opening track. But I would have to say like the Andreas feature is amazing. I love the Kurt Travis. I mean, I was expecting something different. Based on,
like I think we're expecting like a full verse or him taking over like the chorus duty or even a bridge, like a regular feature, but he kind of just does backing vocals, which is still a great song.
Definitely.
We want to hear it. We want to hear some Kurt, baby.
I wouldn't even mind if they kind of did like a trading dynamic where
a trading dynamic would be cool. But like I said, it's still a great song.
100%, dude. It's probably one of like easily like hottest summer release out right now. You guys need something to listen to. You need to check out that new Amarionette. It's worth listening to. 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
And definitely Throwing Rocks. There is something about when Andres hooks up with this band, because this is like the fourth song he's done with them, but they just vibe off of each other so well. Like the last song was the single Be Nasty that they did with him, and like that was my favorite song by Amarionette, but now it's definitely Throwing Rocks. Like he just does this really cool little verse, and it's not like typical Andres. Like he kind of gives it like a little R&B vibe. And then you have, Spencer just kind of doing like the backing vocals in the second chorus in the first chorus before he takes over the second verse, and yeah, it's great.
I dig it.
I mean, I guess I listened to this after everyone else did because I was busy as fuck this weekend, and I remember y'all were like, go listen to it. It's so funky. Yeah, I started listening to him. Like, it's not that funky. But then it gets funkier the more you go into the album, which I think is cool.
I was going to say, it gets pretty funky.
Yeah, it gets really, it just like didn't start out as funky as I was expecting that it did. And then
Right.
I kind of feel like if you're a DGD fan and you're not that familiar with Amarionette, I feel like you could definitely get into it. It's just a great album in general. And I think they really kind of, I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like I think this whole like going back to a more like wavy, like kind of funky thing while also doing, the noodly guitars. I think they might have like perfected it and made the album to like show that. You know what I mean?
100.
I'd say the only song that doesn't sound funky is like the first song, like the intro.
Yeah, the first song. I think the second song didn't sound nearly as funky as I was like the first two songs. I was like thinking like, it's kind of funky, but not that funky. But it gets more funky. I think it gets more funky after that.
I guess Golden Without You wasn't really as funky as some of the other songs, but it was more like R&B. Like it had that really cool like pre-chorus like vocal effect on Spencer thing, which I really dug about the song. But yeah, once you get to Modern Disco 3, like it gets funky as you can get, man.
Like I kind of think this is like a, what is it, like a sea change kind of almost. Like this might be like the album that people end up like emulating in the next few years.
I could see that. It's definitely not one to sleep on. It's probably one of the top albums to come out this year. It's good.
Yeah, I was like, I think y'all have like, been fans of, this band longer than I have. But like, how do you think it compares to other albums? Or like, I know they've had a couple, I think, already.
This is their fourth album, right? Or is it the third? I think it's their fourth album.
It might be their third, because some are like
one's like an EP,
longer
EPs. I think. Yeah. Let me check real quick. It's their third album, so.
Yeah, but it's definitely kind of like a newer vibe than
fourth album.
Repeating History, and like I feel like even Evolution was still kind of sounding like some of their older stuff, and this is like a full new, like this is like, I think it's gonna mark like the true evolution of the band for sure.
Yeah.
Like where they're gonna take it from here on out, and I'm definitely looking forward to what they come out next. I would love to, see these songs on a live setting. Unfortunately, with the current pandemic, who knows when that will be.
That damn virus.
Especially because they were supposed to go on tour with Dwellings, and was Andres on that tour too. That would have been dope.
Like, that's a daily question, right?
That would have been a really cool.
Yes.
Really cool tour to go to. That was a strong
setup, man.
Like, I would have loved to hear some of these songs live.
Yeah, it's like, now that I've like listened to some of their music, and it's like they had Andre, so they could have done a couple of the tracks where he featured, and huge. That would have been a great lineup. I hate it. I hate that I missed it.
Yes, that wraps up a little section on the new album. Go check it out.
Definitely.
Purchase it. Support the band. They put out something awesome. Don't sleep on it.
And it's great. It's a great album for the summer too, I'd say.
For sure. Yeah.
A normal summer it'd probably be great.
It's a great house party, like.
That's true.
Albums, too, yeah. Like invite like 4 friends over. Stand like 6 feet apart.
Wear your mask.
Don't shake hands and have a good time.
No grinding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, grinding, but just don't use your hands. Come on.
No face-to-face grinding.
Yeah, no face-to-face grinding. Boys, back it up on your ladies. For a change.
Ass to ass.
Oh no.
Okay, so Seafloor came out with a new song as well, and a music video.
Yes. The song is called Find Yourself, and dude, that intro goes hard.
And it's about throwing stuff into Lake Michigan.
Yeah. There's parts of the song, that sound like what you expect from Seafloor, like, the Seafloor we all know and love. But there's also parts that sound like a completely different band, like, it's different than anything that they've done. Like, they get really noodly in that intro. There's like some 80s like synth vibe in the chorus. And
the keytar.
Yeah, the keytar. Right before the second verse, they go into this little like groove that has a funky bass riff, and like the bass kind of carries through that second verse, and then that like lead at the end is just really amazing. Like I also really dig the artwork with a single they turned it up a notch for sure. So congratulations to them on dropping the single, and everybody go check it out too. Purchase that. Support a great band.
One thing I've got to say is that I think the music video is really funny because it was like an interview, and we just interviewed them, and I don't know, it's just it's something about it just kind of
maybe they were throwing shade at the demo.
Yeah, maybe they were, honestly.
We need to make more memes talking about.
Dude, we need to watch that video. If there's any ketchup on the video, like, do they have a packet of ketchup or a Heinz bottle with Ryan's name on it?
I need everyone listening to this to just send pictures of bottles of ketchup to Seafloor Cinema. But I wanted to make mention, because I had the luxury of covering the song for an article on Scene Daddy, and they gave me a little background on the song. It just so happens that the song itself is called Find Yourself, and a band from up from Placerville, up where they're from, was called Find Yourself, and unfortunately they're on the dreaded indefinite hiatus, but they managed to help the band record some like harmonies, and they helped write the lyrics, and they like provided some guitar riffs to help like fully flesh out the song, like even the acapella section that's in like
the they actually mentioned it on the episode we did with them in the interview.
Nice.
Yep.
But I'm refreshing everybody. They even had lyrics done for the verse was done by shit. I'm totally gonna fuck this up because he just told me this like a fucking week ago. Crap, I would have to dig for it. I can't even remember what the fuck he said. Damn it, Doug. I blame you 100% for this, for giving me totally hard to remember information that oh yeah, there it goes. The verse lyrics were provided by Jeff Ryder of the Hollow Scene, and it was a MySpace era Chicago band that he's friends with. So it's like a total super group project that comes together on this song to kind of just create this really infectious poppy number that it's good to hear. I'm glad for the Seafloor. I'd love to see their success, and I wish everybody would go check out their Kickstarter to help them provide funds for their new album. I would really love a full album from these guys because they tend to like to just release singles like month to month, maybe every so often. So it'd be nice to get another full album after that last one we got from them.
Dude, especially based off of this song, like, oh man, I'd really love to hear what else they got cooking up.
Yep, 100. I dig it.
Oh, you know what? There's one more thing that dropped that's kind of big within the scene. A little band called The Fall of Troy.
Oh, fuck. That was the one I asked you if there's anything else I need to listen to.
Yeah,
how could we forget?
God damn it. Fuck.
They dropped a new track named We Are the Future, and it's like the first song that they released in 4 years.
Right? Gosh.
It's an interesting one, but I really dig when it gets a little heavy at like the 2-minute mark. Like it kind of slows down and gets heavy. I think Was it David? You were saying it kind of reminded you of like Doppelganger, but I'm gonna have to disagree. I didn't really get Doppelganger vibes, especially from like the vocals.
I got
Like,
more
it
like
wasn't.
manipulator vibes, if anything. But they have a reference to 30 Year War, which is like one of their first like albums, that like the video.
Mm.
For sure. I think isn't that like their first band, like the first version of their band? I think.
Possible.
If
100, dude. I mean, they have EPs, all kinds of stuff. They've referenced the 30 Year War like a lot in their body of work.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. But no, yeah, it's like so. I really like how this song starts out really aggressive, and the chords they're using and all that. Like it's great. But like yeah, no, I think it's the bass and the drums that kind of give me doppelganger vibes. Like just the whole vibe. Like this whole track, this just listening to it, it made me think of a band that's kind of trying to sound like their earlier stuff, low key. Like not like a not a disingenuous like they're trying to do a thing, but like my reaction was like, oh, this reminds me of earlier stuff. Like I don't know, it was cool, especially you kind of see that with like older bands. It's like oh they've changed so much since their first sound, but I just got that sound really genuinely from here. I don't know about y'all, but
I have no idea.
Of course, Cash. Of course, man. You gotta check it out. It's a cool.
I
It's a cool
will.
track.
It's just
like after like nothing. After 4 years since the OK, which I appreciate that album. It was cool to get a nice track and something aggressive enough, and had like a cool solo halfway through, and it really showed that they're still keeping that aggressive weird sound going for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't that into it, so you're not really missing out, Cash. But like, at least I hope that means we get like more music from them, and hopefully they come out with something a little more, I guess, melodic, like singing wise. That's kind of like one thing that I dug is like the instrumentation, but like the singing that goes along with it.
Yeah, maybe not the strongest when it comes to singing. I mean like the screaming in the heavier sections. And like I said, that solo is pretty cool. But it seems to kind of like meander a bit, like towards the middle and end. Like I noticed.
I like that little like sardonic kind of like creepy melodic little piece he does. It kind of like offsets and lets like the complex drum and bass and guitar rhythms in the background kind of stand out more. But I like how haunting it is. I feel like it's a really strong track. I like it a lot more than stuff I heard from OK, which I feel like with even like the 16 different variations and versions that came out with that, I feel like this is a nice direction for the band to go in.
Yeah, like I definitely appreciate the direction of it. Like I said, it was pretty, like, in general, it was just kind of refreshing. I was surprised that, they went that way, especially from, like, OK. And I know it's like, OK is, like, a little polarizing within that fan base. But I don't know, like, I think there's just good stuff. Like, if anything, I'd recommend giving it a listen. Just to, freshen up on it.
Sure, why not?
That's your homework, Brian.
Okay, are we done with that?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, let's hit that music video that just came out.
Which one?
It was
One in a Million.
It was indeed a music video.
Yes.
It was definitely. It felt like something from like. You get like you go on Newgrounds. Back in like 2005, you'd find some Flash cartoons that looked like half of this video. The other half, like digital stuff, like it's a little uncanny. I don't know what's up with the shape of that bull's head. I don't know why he's got a dick head, but
kind of reminded me of
he's a dickhead, bro.
Yeah.
Symbolism.
It kind of reminded me of claymation, but like done digitally. It's kind of weird like that. But.
Yeah.
I kind of like the like overall message or like theme, like
hugs.
Like, yeah, sure, but like this guy, like, it kind of reminds me of Mad Men, like where this guy was like so involved in his work, and he was kind of like a dark, like shitty dude, like shitty to his family, and then like at like the last, like at the end of Mad Men, like Don Draper just kind of joins the
spoiling it,
whatever. Oh shoot, sorry. Spoiler alert, but also if you haven't seen it yet, then, fuck off. The show's been out forever.
Yeah, there's a million shows that have been out forever.
Then, the bull, or maybe it's Gavin, I don't know, just kind of goes into like this drug-induced universe type thing.
But then the universe becomes the universe.
Yeah. Pretty interesting and cool, I guess.
Very Yellow Submarine-esque, but I think, is this going to be the band going into psychedelia? Could be good, could be bad.
They've always kind of been into that, and especially like John and Tillian aren't shy about talking about psychedelics and stuff.
Well, yeah, but like their actual sound.
1 in a Million wasn't, but every now and then there like some songs kind of have that vibe. Like,
well, they have the vibe, but there's a whole spectrum of that. But I guess I'm not that worried about that. It's more of a open-ended question.
Are they the Fish of the post-hardcore scene? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Are they going to become a jam band that just tours in fields and shit like that? Maybe.
Who knows? But as far as like changing their sound or whatever, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so. It was just more of an observation about their music video compared to other bands who would do that style music video. It's more what it is, but go on.
That's all I have to say about the video.
All right. Anyone else have anything, or?
No, we could go and be listened to if you want.
Head up for that.
Okay. Recent listens. Who would like to start?
I can go if y'all like.
Go.
Okay, Ryan.
Bro.
Bet.
All right, cool. My good friend Go Chef just came out with a brand new EP. It's called Dark Web Dank, and if you're into like spooky wave, dark wave kind of stuff, like with like an 8-bit crush kind of feel, like it's definitely worth checking out. It's more of an instrumental, but it sounds like video game music, like on like the like darkest, dankest like antidepressants. It's really good. I really enjoy it. Other than that, I was giving He Is Legends Suck Out the Poison album a re-listen. Big fan of that album. Really good stuff to be found. They have this song called Serpent Sickness, which is really cool because they like reference the Three Little Pigs, and there's just something about like a dude screaming about little pig, let me out. It's just super epic and awesome. Other than listening to the new Amarionette and the new Fall of Troy, I was listening to Greeley Estates. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Arizona metalcore band, but they have like a very long story discography that kind of just goes from like melodic post-hardcore to just like full-blown aggressive metalcore to like borderline deathcore. They have a very expansive, very different discography, lots of different flavors. I could pick any album and from one end of the spectrum to the other, they all have their own little unique sound to them. I'm just really digging on that. I've been writing a lot about like old school bands, so I've been listening to like a lot of like Sky Eats Airplane, Play Radio Play, Drop Dead Gorgeous, Scary
Shout
Kids.
out Play Radio Play.
Yeah, he goes under the name Analog Rebellion now, which is a little more. It's a little more mature, but I still dig the fuck out of it. It's really good. It's like
super indie rock vibes.
Yeah, it's like the true successor to Postal Service. If you want something that sounds like Postal Service, go check out Play Radio Play, Analog Rebellion. It's really good primo stuff. I was listening to Scary Kids Scaring Kids because The City Sleeps in Flames turned 15 this year, and I was really bummed I didn't get to go see their show. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Who wants to go?
I'll go, I guess. What have I been listening to? This band Glow, not Glow GLOW, but Glow GLOE. They're this kind of like shoegazy math rock band. They released like an album earlier this year, and I've kind of been digging it. This other band called Sauce. They have like some Super Chan vibes. I think they also recently came out with like a single this year. Boy Pablo came out with a single last week. Really chill summer vibe. Been listening to a lot of Wrist Meets Razor, Porter Robinson, Macari, Dreamhouse, TV on the radio. I don't know if you guys know that. I mean, everybody knows that band, Fun. But before that band was a band, their vocalist, Nate, was in this band called The Format that was really great. And
I think I've heard of them before.
Yeah, they're dope. Shoot, I can't remember the name of the other guy in the band, but he started off in this band called Steel Train from New Jersey. They were signed to Drive Through Records, and they were great. And I remember being into them like back in the day, and to see like what this guy like became. Like he, is like the main writer and producer of like everything that Taylor Swift has done, at least like the last 3 albums, I believe. And he also was the producer and co-writer of like Lord's last album. So he's like really moved up in the world, and shout out to him. I don't know, what else have I been listening to? I guess that's pretty much it. Like Alisana also, like they had such a like great discography, and like even though like their kind of like look and aesthetic would turn me off because like I don't know, I'm just not into those kind of bands. Like I remember seeing them at Warped Tour while I was waiting for like Saves the Day, which is like just a bunch of regular dudes wearing jeans and t-shirts, and like I was waiting for them to play, and came Alisana. Like I knew who they were and I knew what they looked like, but they totally won me over with their live performance. So yeah, I don't know, David, what you been listening to?
So honestly, I've been all over the place this week. Like, listen to, like, I'd put on like the pop station, honestly, just to hear like, what's the current pop? Like, can I still say pop shit? Like, let me actually find out. So I'm listening to a bit of that. So listen to a bit of that. I don't know, some catchy stuff here and there. It's like whatever. And then some stuff that's more indie. Like the song called Black Dog by Arlo Parks. Some nice stuff. It's listed as R&B and soul, but like it sounds like some shit like Kurt Travis would write or sing on. So I don't know. But yeah, some nice chill stuff like that. Let's see. Of course, I checked out the new Fall of Troy. I enjoyed that. I know Ryan and Moses. Oh, I think in general, we talked about If I Die First. They released an EP not too long ago, and like that shit's pretty dank. I finally got into it. I'm sad I slept on it. It's a great album. Check it out. Or EP. Check them out.
What was your favorite song from the EP, if you remember or can pick one out?
Shoot, let's see. trying to pick up the album real quick.
Burying a parent still my favorite.
I'd probably say Where Needles and Lovers Collide.
That's great. That's actually their first single. Little fun fact: "Burying a Parent" was like the first song that they had written together.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's such like a broad demonstration of like all of their skills. Like it's really good. I like it.
It's such a good song. But my favorite is definitely "Is It Me or Your Secrets That Keep You Up at Night." Like, love that intro.
I think that's mine too.
Love the chorus and like just that outro. It gets a little heavy. I think that song's kind of like a better example of everything that's in their skill set. Like, there's just a lot going on in that song.
For sure. And dude, what is it? I've been listening. Like I said, I'm sorry. Sorry. So I've been like all over the place, like lo-fi shit, instrumental stuff like that. Then I'll go to like Blessed to Fall. They have this really cool song. What is it? Guys Like You Make Us Look Bad. Like that's a nice little heavy banger. I'd recommend that track for sure. Like it's like heavy from the start. It's a good track to get you pumped up. Give it a listen. And honestly, so yeah, I know we've talked video game soundtracks here and there with bands like Swim Gustavo, and he even brought up like Sonic the Hedgehog, that series. And I'm sorry, but like the soundtrack to Sonic Unleashed, like I went back and listened to the tracks, and it's honestly like one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. So like I'd recommend just give it a listen. Like it's an album of music that's so varied. Like you have orchestral shit, stuff that's straight up more electronic, or then you could have straight up rockin' tracks that Sonic's like known for, especially in main themes. Or you could just have like straight up like jazz pieces or strip stuff that's piano driven. So I don't know. There's a lot of great music. Check it out. But yeah, that's just a bit of what I've been listening to.
Cool. Hey, Cash, before you get into your list, there's one more thing that I listened to this week. It wasn't really music, but our buddies in Properties of Nature, we interviewed them last episode. They started their own podcast, and they just dropped their first episode. It was actually recorded before we interviewed them. They gave us a little like shout out while they talked about having like oh yeah, we're gonna go on the Demo Team podcast pretty soon. But anyways, if anybody or whoever's listened to that episode, like or the episode where we interviewed them, dude, they had me laughing the whole time. They're very charismatic, very funny guys, like a group of cool dudes, and it was like the first time we had a whole band come on the episode. But needless to say, their podcast was just as funny. They had a bunch of good stories. One that included scaring John Mess. So definitely check it out. I'm really looking forward to hearing more stories, more songs by these guys, and I think they're like trying to do a bunch of stuff like Twitch streams and YouTube videos. They're just really trying to like create a good relationship with their listeners, and honestly, that's the way to do it, to be honest.
Definitely. Also, listen to their new double EP,
Wolves in Business Suits.
Great album. It's definitely worth a listen. If you weren't convinced on the last episode of us, you should definitely. We're telling you now. Get on your Spotify.
If you don't listen to it, David is going to show up at your front door and sing Taylor Cheats at you.
Yeah. Which some people might like that. Some people are very into David singing, as we found out this week.
Oh my. I just want to ask, are you okay? But
people, message us what you want to hear David sing on the next episode.
Yes. He'll do it. We'll make him do it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I guess.
All right. So
I appreciate y'all.
All right. So I spent a lot of this week driving around East Texas in a car with that aux capability. So I listened to pretty much only country this week. So let's get into that. No, I'm just playing.
Not.
I'm just playing. I mean, I did listen to some. They listen to some Latin stuff, but because of that. But yeah, the main stuff I listened to this week was Pale Dusk, which is a Japanese metalcore band. Really cool. I think kind of Bring Me the Horizon vibe, but like definitely way more fun than that. Definitely check out Pale Dusk. Listen to a lot of Post Malone, which, I mean, if you live in Dallas, you're going to listen to Post Malone like all the time anyways, but I did a little more this week. Listen to Porter Robinson, who...
Dude, that was on my recent listen.
Post Malone?
No, Porter Robinson.
Just now?
Yeah.
I think I zoned out. I zoned out during recent listen. Sometimes. I'm sorry. And no, it's like really funny because like I'll edit the episode and I'll go through it and I'll be like, fuck, we talked about this band and I just totally ignored it. But my bad. Yeah, Porter Robinson. I love Porter Robinson. He like basically combines like a lot of the elements of EDM I'm really into. I found these orchestral versions of Dance Gavin Dance songs, which I thought were they're pretty cool. They're on YouTube. I believe Bloodsucker,
Uneasy
Hearts, and another one.
Yeah, they were really cool.
They're cool. They sound a little too much like someone just kind of threw them into like something and just put like strings over it or whatever. But like I liked it. It's cool. I've found like some other YouTube pages where they're doing like orchestral versions of songs, which I do enjoy. I listened to a lot of Prince this week. I listened to Television, who, if you don't know who they are, they were like a proto new wave band in the 70s, but like they're really jazz influenced, and so they have like they were doing like noodly guitar like before anyone back in the 70s. And they're great. Their first album is just like really awesome. You should give it a listen sometime.
I don't know, man. The Carpenters were pretty noodly, and so were.
When did the Carpenters come out?
The 40s.
The 40s?
I'm just bullshitting, bro.
I don't.
Why do birds suddenly?
I don't even know who the fuck the Carpenters are, but
Take the time to hate on old music, Moses.
What's up?
Why do you always take the time to hate on old music?
Dude, I love the Carpenters. I mean,
I don't even know who the fuck the Carpenters are.
I just
Television is terrific.
I wasn't shitting on the Carpenters, bro. Shout out to the Carpenters.
I don't know who the fuck the Carpenters are.
They sing that song, Why Do Birds Suddenly Appear?
Yeah.
Which is Homer and Marge's from the Simpsons wedding song.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I only know it from like I think it was on the Starsky and Hutch soundtrack, like the remake movie with Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller, which was really funny and highly underrated.
Hey, Snoop Dogg way better than I expected.
Snoop Dogg was on it. It was funny.
It had cool cars. Appreciate that.
I have like a special attachment to it. It helped me come down from a really bad experience.
We gotta tell Cash, if you haven't seen it, you gotta do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
I've seen it.
Pop the trunk.
I just didn't really think that much of it, but.
Well, you need to watch it again, bro.
All right, maybe when it comes on Comedy Central, I'll check it out.
Do it.
Do it. Pop the trunk. Do it.
Do it.
I listened to Mark Ribbolette this week, who's like a EDM artist. Mark Ribbolette or Ribbolette. I don't know how to pronounce his name because I think he's French, but he's an EDM artist from Dallas, and he All his stuff is just like improvised shit. I pretty much discovered him like this week because he had a video with Erykah Badu where they're just like jamming out, making songs. That was really cool. I somehow listened to a really odd amount of George Michael this week. Rest in peace, I guess. Listened to the Chromeo Quarantine album, which not really by my own will, but it was, something for sure. And then the Quarantine album, I don't really like Chromeo that much in general. They're kind of, I've seen them before, but
they have some bops, but
Needy Girl, the bop back in the day, bro.
I don't know.
It's like, I think Night by Night is probably like the best thing that they ever did, and then
fancy footwork.
It's all right. Or do they have a song called Bonafide Lovin'?
Probably.
Wait, have we talked about their Quarantine album on here before?
No.
I feel like someone's mentioned them.
I don't. If you mentioned Chromeo, we would have been having this exact conversation.
I don't think anybody's checking on Chromeo in 2020.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Not even that Needy Girl, dude. That's what's fucked up. Nobody cares.
I mean, shout out to Chromeo, though. Good thing that
yeah, they are what they are, I guess. I don't know.
They're no Death from Above 1979, but
you're right. They're not that at all. Unfortunately, there should be more Death from Above 1979.
They're no Toro y Moi.
They're no touche about it.
Toro y Moi was the shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
But, shout out to Chad.
Shout out to George Michael, though, dude. What were you listening to of George Michael?
It's like somehow I ended up listening to like his 3 biggest songs. Like I listened to whatever the sex song was.
Careless Whisper?
No, not Careless Whisper. Well, I did listen to Careless Whisper, I'm pretty sure, but I listened to was it You Gotta Have Sex or whatever that song is.
Gotta Have Faith?
No, all right, wait, never mind.
I think it's called Nookie.
There's some song where it's like about I don't remember.
Keep rolling. That one. Keep
rolling. Roll. Let me look it up real quick.
What was that? I was like, what was that band he was in before he went solo? Wham.
Yeah.
Wham. I think I have their album on vinyl. I stole it from my lady's father's vinyl collection.
It was the first cassette released in China from the West in the 80s. Nice.
And it took down communism single-handedly.
Yeah, that's that and that Scorpions song.
Here I go again on my...
That's not Scorpions. But
Scorpions is
no, it was
they made a whole song by Scorpions.
They made a whole podcast about
Here I go again on my
Snake, you fucking
yeah,
heathen.
that is but they made that
don't need nothing but a good time.
Yeah, that one for sure.
Or
but they did make that podcast about that song that they said took down the Soviet Union, which was really good. I listened to that one.
Scorpions had Winds of Change, right?
Yeah, Winds of Change. That's the podcast.
Yeah,
that was a really cool podcast.
You gotta love Germany bands from 1965.
Yeah, Kraftwerk.
They also did Rocky Like a Hurricane.
Yeah, they did a lot of stuff. A lot of
stadium Here I Go Again. Don't Need Nothing But a Good Time.
Yeah.
What other songs did Motley Crue come out with? Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
One day, dude, this just really robust, glam metal purist from that's 45, 50 years old is just gonna beat the shit out of you with a bar of soap and a pillowcase.
with his heroin needle from 1982.
Whenever Moses goes off on these rants, sometimes I think to myself he probably hates Fast and Furious movies too.
Dude, I don't watch Fast and the Furious movies.
I will say that once Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson got involved, those movies became watchable.
Yeah, I saw one in theater and I saw the first one, and I'm interested in watching Tokyo Drift, and that's about it.
Oh, that Tokyo Drift song.
Was it Walk On? The Teriyaki Boys?
Teriyaki Boys, yeah.
What about the Jerky Boys?
Jerky Boys.
The You're a Jerk?
The Jersey Boys.
You're a jerk.
Was that the Jersey Boys I'm thinking of? The guys that used to prank call people?
Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. That's what I meant.
All right, we're meandering over here.
My final one was Lauryn Hill.
Hey, it's no Fiona Apple, but I'll die on that.
Better watch out.
Hey, no Fiona Apple. What the fuck?
Yeah, what does Fiona Apple have to do with
Apple?
Lauryn Hill? What the fuck?
Mainstream pop singer.
Fiona Apple.
Not even.
Fetch the Bolt Cutters.
I guess is like Fiona Apple the like white man's Lauryn Hill? Is that what
no, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure she's white though.
That would be Amy Winehouse.
Celine Dion.
Yeah, Celine Dion.
Amy Winehouse is in a like wheelhouse of her own.
Yeah, shout out Amy Winehouse. But Lauryn Hill's dope.
That Fugees album. That was like probably my favorite like rap album ever, if it counts. Which I think it counts.
This is gonna be the longest playlist ever.
Nah, it's pretty short this week.
Well, Ryan, you named literally every band that was on like Warped Tour circa 05 and 06.
Bitch, you weren't here last week or the week before.
Yeah, well now we have to add all these hair metal bands because of Moses.
Drop Dead Gorgeous and I don't know what other bands do. Greeley Estates, Adair.
I didn't say Adair this time. I said that like
Static Lullaby. All Time Low.
See, this is what we were talking about last week, Cash. Remember? I was saying, like, I've been branching out, and then I go back because I've been working on an article, and this motherfucker over here, he's got to get every sticker bush up his ass about what I picked.
No, those bands are great. I'm just saying, like, you literally named, like...
Apple, and you get all bent out of shape.
65.
Well, I think that was kind of fair. That one was fair. That was pretty, that was pretty out there.
What made you like name drop Fiona Apple when we're talking about Lauryn Hill? Like, I was bewildered.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that people who were talented and like can't be compared.
Check your melatonin, bro.
It's just I think it's there's just the '90s connection there. I think that's it.
That's about it.
What did Fiona Apple even sing? Like, what if God was one of us?
No, Criminal.
Jagged
whatever.
Little Pill.
Damn, Moses.
Come into my window.
Moses hates
Ironic.
2000.
David,
so let's end this baby before Moses just like insults everyone's music taste.
That's why you love team. It's not because you could get people infected. It's because you're an asshole. Anywho, my social media is Ryan // at Instagram. You can find me there. You can find me on Twitter, Ryan /1. You can find Moses on Instagram at hashtag. Moses, where are you from, dog?
Through being Mo on Instagram.
Finstagram.
Find my Finsta. Oh, and I'm Shadow XMO on Twitter, I guess, but I don't really use it. Give me a reason.
Hashtags. That's Ryan's reason.
Give me your top 3 worst hair metal bands, or best, whatever.
He won't listen to them.
I might.
He might fuck around, hurt himself. Moses, you may be an asshole, but you're my favorite asshole. I love you.
I love how every like hair metal band song starts with like a motorcycle revving, like.
Okay.
You know, they don't have enough of that in music anymore. That's kind of transferred into rap now.
David, give me your social
more like
rant some more.
So you can find me on Instagram at pottinger.david. For Facebook, you can find me at David Pottinger. Hit me up. Let's chat.
Check out his OnlyFans for videos of him twerking.
To Motley Crue.
Obviously, it would be Round and Round. Come on.
Round it. Come on, feel the noise.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Wow, you totally forgot about me, but okay.
Okay, let's get Cash Spicer's fucking.
You don't even plug our socials, our collective socials.
Bro, if they're listening to us, they probably know it because that's who's who's listening.
Hit me up
Let's be honest. Who cares about our social media?
Spicer on Instagram, and then Demo Team Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. David, what's the hot new social media coming out right now? You're young and hip.
TikTok.
No, TikTok's like banned now, right?
Now? It's over.
It's done.
TikTok, you've been canceled.
David, let's both just run out of here right now. We can leave, dude. We don't have to stay.
All right, that's it. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the Demo Team Podcast. Have a lovely day.
Home sweet home.